Airlock status?
Inner hatch closed. Outer hatch open. Shuttle umbilical is deployed. Airlock pressure is currently equalized. The airlock is empty.
Close the outer hatch. Signal the shuttle to retract the umbilical. Speak English, Dino Man.
I was not grateful for the smell of the last object.
The turtle? Didn't bother me. Although I thought it was rude of her to lay that egg during the med scan. Aren't dinos and turtles second cousins or something?
Oh, we have no mutuality with turtles. We Hanan eat a creature very much like your Earth turtles.
You'd eat anything, Silouan. You'd eat me if it was allowed.
It is a sadness that humans are intelligent. You would make a toothsome delicacy. There's more meat on you than on our rabbit.
Is that what's wriggling in your lunch bag? Little bunnies?
Oh, not little at all. Most plump. And the two of you are New Zealand whites. Would you enjoy a bite?
Silouan. I wish you'd snack in private.
Since there are no subjects scheduled to be translated until this afternoon, there is time for us to play poker together.
You never learn, do you? I haven't finished counting what I won from you last night.
The probabilities are now favorable to me.
Sorry, Silouan, but I have to be in the mood to take your money. Maybe another time.
Well, then I will encounter you next at Scan Center at 1500 hours.
I'm beat. Do you hear that, room? I don't want to see anyone or talk to anyone, not even you.
But you have 13 messages.
They can wait, and hold the incoming. I'll deal with it all later. What is that noise?
The room environment you ordered. Down East Sunrise.
Get rid of it. It's making me seasick.
You haven't eaten in 7 hours. I can order you a snack.
Not hungry.
Not even for a banana-rama?
Nope. My feet are killing me.
How about some nice hot egg rolls? Are you unwell, Michael?
In the pink. God.
Please, step up to the scanner.
Hey, I just want to be left alone.
Michael.
All right. But I'm fine.
Your anxiety indicators are elevated.
I've got a tough job, okay?
I'm correlating environmental stressors.
Whose side are you on anyway, mine or the dinos?
There are no sides, Michael. There's only the galactic harmony. I confirm a high probability that your stress has to do with the translation subject Kamala Shastri. She's on the schedule for this afternoon?
Christ.
You've waited 3 years for her return, Michael.
I wasn't waiting, I was working.
You have done 314 translations, the most of any human. Everyone you started with on Tulin Station has long since stood down and returned to Earth. You signed on for 2 duty extensions.
I had to finish my paper about the dinos. Kill the damn rainforest, would you? All that water makes me want to piss.
What do you think is going to happen when you see her?
Probably nothing. I don't know. You know, Kamala Shastri is the only quantum scan I've ever kept. Yeah, here's the disc. I know more about her, at least as she was 3 years ago, than I know about myself. And she probably won't even remember my name. Look at her. When we sent it again, she massed 50,391.72 grams, and her red cell count was 4.81 million per cubic millimeter. She could play the nagasvaram, which is some kind of bamboo flute. Her father came from Thana, near Bombay, and her favorite flavor of chewy fruit was watermelon. And she'd had 5 lovers. And when she was 11, she wanted to be a gymnast, but instead she had become a biomaterials engineer, who at age 29 had volunteered to go to the stars to learn how to grow artificial eyes. It took her 2 years to get through the training to be translated. She knew she could have backed out at any time, right up until the moment Silouan translated her into a superluminal signal. She understood exactly what it meant to balance the equation. She damn well understood.
I'm retrieving the record of June 22nd, 2069.
What are you doing? I don't want to watch the record again. It was hard enough living through it.
You bear no responsibility in the matter, Michael. Isn't it time you accepted that? Here, watch.
Airlock status?
Inner hatch closed. Outer hatch is open to shuttle umbilical, equalizing airlock pressure. The airlock is occupied. Equalization completed.
Open the inner hatch. Kamala Shastri, welcome to Tulin Station. My name is Michael. I'm supposed to be a sapientologist, but I also moonlight as the local guide.
Guide? Okay. Where are they?
The dinos? Well, they must be around here somewhere.
You call the Hanan dinos?
Why not? They call us names, too. Babies, the weeps. Ever met a dino?
No.
Of course not. See, people who don't know the dinos tend to romanticize them. The wise and noble reptiles who had mastered superluminal physics and introduced Earth to the wonders of the galactic harmony, blah, blah, blah. You want to know what they're really like? You gotta play poker with Silouan, or watch Lena chomping a live hamster.
No, thank you.
Had you eaten?
Yes, no. I'm not hungry.
Let me guess. You're too nervous to eat. You're too nervous to talk, even. You wish I'd just shut up, pop you into the marble, and beam you out. Let's just get this thing the hell over with, eh?
I don't mind the conversation, actually.
Might as well get you checked in. Reception is this way. Well, Kamala, it is my solemn duty to advise you that there are no peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on Gend, and no chicken vindaloo. What's my name again?
Michael?
See, you're not that nervous. Not one taco or a single slice of eggplant pizza. This is your last chance to eat like a human.
Oh. Actually, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea.
Tea they've got. Of course, they brew it from lawn clippings.
The Gindians don't keep lawns. They live underground.
Refresh my memory. Are they the ferrets or the things with the orange bumps?
They look nothing like ferrets.
Here you are.
Is that your fingernail?
Afraid so. The dinos must be restless. Sorry, but I'm supposed to take their calls in discreet mode.
Michael, Silouan, a problem with the marble. Most negligible, really, but we'll have to void the last two from today's schedule. You must wait them at Lunex Station until first shift tomorrow. Can this one be delayed for an hour?
She's kind of jumpy, but I think I can keep her in the jar for an hour. No more, though. And you better speak to her. Kamala, would you like to meet a Hanan? Here, I'll transfer him to the wall picks. Silouan, this is Kamala Shastri. Silouan is the one who actually runs the marble. I'm just the doorman.
Kamala, you will accept my happiest intentions for you?
Of course.
And you will permit us to render you this translation?
Yes.
Have you questions?
Which came first, the lizard or the egg?
It will be excellent for you to begin when?
She's just having a little tea. I'll bring her along when she's done. Say an hour?
No, really, it won't take...
That would be most appropriate, Michael.
Why did you do that? I want to go now.
It says here that you have to wait your turn. You're not the only migrator on this morning's list. Don't worry, I'll make the time fly. Tell me a secret.
What?
A secret. You know, something no one else knows.
You're kidding.
Look, in a little while you're going someplace that's what, 310 light years away? You're scheduled to stay for 3 years. By the time you come back, I'm going to be rich, famous, and elsewhere. We'll probably never see each other again. So what have you got to lose? I promise not to tell.
This is another test, right? After everything they have put me through, they still have not decided whether to send me to Gend?
Oh no, in a couple of hours you'll be cracking nuts with ferrets in some dark, smelly burrow. This is just me talking.
You're crazy.
Actually, I believe the technical term is logomaniac. It's from the Greek. Logos meaning word, mania meaning 2 bits short of a bite. I just love to talk is all. Tell you what, I'll go first. If my secret isn't juicy enough, you don't have to tell me anything.
If it's all the same to you,
Shh. I was brought up Catholic. I'm not anymore, but that's not the secret. My parents sent me to Mary Mother of God High School. We called it Mugu. It was run by a couple of old priests, Father Thomas and his wife, Mother Jennifer. Father Tom taught physics, which I got a D in, mostly because he talked like he had walnuts in his mouth. Mother Jennifer taught theology and had all the warmth of a marble pew. Her nickname was Mama Mugu. One night, just 2 weeks before my graduation, Father Tom and Mama Mugu went out in their Chevy Minimus for ice cream. On the way home, Mama Mugu pushed a yellow light and got broadsided by a 3-ton transport. Like I said, she was old, 120-something. They should have lifted her license back in the 50s. She was killed instantly. Father Tom died in the hospital. Of course, we were all supposed to feel sorry for them, and I guess I did a little, but I never really liked either of them. And I resented the way their deaths had screwed things up for my class. So I was more annoyed than sorry. But then I also had this edge of guilt for being so uncharitable. Maybe you'd have to grow up Catholic to understand that. Anyway, the day after it happened, they called an assembly in the gym. And we were all there, squirming on the bleachers. And the cardinal himself telepresented a sermon. He kept trying to comfort us, like it had been our parents that had died. If he keeps this up, he's going to bore me to death. Then we'll have to have another assembly.
Burr! You, Michael Burr! Come down here right now!
So I spent the last week of my senior year with an in-school suspension. Want some more tea?
why are you telling me this?
It's part of the secret. See, my family lived down the street from Holy Spirit Cemetery. And in order to get to the transport line on McKinley Avenue, I had to cut through. Now, this happened a couple of days after I got in trouble at the assembly. It was around midnight, and I was coming home from a graduation party where I had taken a couple of hits of insight, so I was feeling sly as a philosopher king. As I walked through the cemetery, I stumbled across two dirt mounds right next to each other. At first I thought they were flower beds. Then I saw the wooden crosses. Fresh graves. Here lies Father Tom and Mama Mugu. There wasn't much to the crosses. They were basically just stakes with cross pieces painted white and hammered into the ground. The names were hand-printed on them. The way I figured it, they were there to mark the graves until the stones got delivered. I didn't need any insight to recognize a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If I switched them, what were the chances anyone was going to notice? It was no problem sliding them out of their holes. I smoothed the dirt with my hands and then ran like hell.
That was a terrible thing to do.
Absolutely. Although, the dinos think that the whole idea of planting bodies in graveyards and marking them with carved rocks is weepy. They say there is no identity in dead meat, so why get so sentimental about it? Lena keeps asking how come we don't put markings over our droppings. But that's not the secret. See, it had been a warmish night in the middle of June. Only as I ran, the air turned cold. Freezing. I could see my breath. And my shoes got heavier and heavier, like they had turned to stone. As I got closer to the back gate, it felt like I was fighting a strong wind, except my clothes weren't flapping. I slowed to a walk. I know I could have pushed through, but my heart was thumping. And then I heard this whispery seashell noise. Then I panicked. So the secret is, I'm a coward. I switched the crosses back and never went near that cemetery again. As a matter of fact, when I grew up, I came here to Tulin, which is about as far away from it as I could get. True story. I swear to God.
You're... What are you?
One secret at a time. Your turn.
Oh. No, I can't. I don't have anything that good. You've told that before.
Once. To the Hanen. During the psych screening for this job. Only I didn't tell them the last part. I know how dinos think, so I ended it when I switched the crosses. The rest is baby stuff. Don't forget, you promised to keep my secret.
Did I?
Tell me about when you were young. Where did you grow up?
Toronto.
And in Toronto?
There was something, but not funny. Sad.
Sad is fine with me.
When I was 10, we moved to an apartment right downtown on Bloor Street so my mother could be close to work. She's an accountant. My father wrote wallpaper for Imagineering. It was a huge building. It seemed as if we were always getting into the elevator with 10 neighbors we never knew we had. I was coming home from school one day when an old woman stopped me in the lobby. She was tottering around on a pair of broken-down exo-legs.
Little girl, how would you like to earn $10?
I'm sorry. My parents don't want me talking to strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I live right here in the building, same as you. I've seen you before. What's your name?
Kamala.
Kamala. Oh, what a beautiful name. Listen, Kamala, I want you to do something for me. A favor. Here's my grocery list, and here's my cash card. I want you to go down to the Food City. Produce is always fresher there. I'd do it myself, but with these damn exo legs, it would take all afternoon.
But Food City delivers. All the groceries deliver.
Oh, never mind about that. Listen, Kamala, do you like chocolate chip cookies?
Everybody does.
You're right. Give me the list back. I'm writing down chocolate chip cookies. Get your favorite kind, and when you come back, we'll have some. And I'll give you the $10, okay? I'm in apartment 10W.
10W. Okay. Mrs.
Kamala, come in. Come in.
Maybe I should have been more suspicious. But she was so crippled, and I knew I could outrun an old lady in exo-legs if I had to. All she really wanted was someone to talk to. And she was willing to pay for it. Usually $5 or $10, depending on how long I stayed. Soon I was stopping by almost every day after school. I think my parents would have made me stop if they had known. They were very strict. They would not have liked me taking her money. But neither of them got home until after 6, so it was my secret to keep.
Who was she? What did you talk about?
Her name was Margaret Ace. She was 97 years old, and I think she had been some kind of counselor. Her husband and her daughter had both died, and she was alone. I didn't find out much about her. She made me do most of the talking. She asked me about my friends and what I was learning in school and my family, things like that.
That's me again. Sorry, but if a dino so much as sneezes, we've got to jump.
Michael, I am pleased to call you to here.
We're on our way. See, Kamala, I told you we'd make time fly. I'm ready if you are.
Now?
Now. So tell me, what happened that was so sad? Hey, don't keep me in suspense here, Kamala. You have to finish the story.
No, I don't think I do.
All right, then. Here's the scan center.
It's huge.
The largest space on Tulane Station. That thing that looks like a big blue marble?
The containment for the QNSA.
Quick, what's that stand for?
The Quantum Non-Demolition Sensor Array. And you don't have to distract me anymore, Michael. I'm not afraid. This is what I came here to do.
That window over there is the control room. Wave to Silouan. Aye, Silouan.
She is docile.
For now, but she's right on the edge. What took you so long, Dino Man?
Welcome, Kamala Shastri. You are ready to open your translation?
Yes. Is this where I take my clothes off?
If you would be so convenient.
I'm ready.
It would be well to enter the fogger.
She's all set. Close the hatch. That's not really fog, of course. Those are nano lenses. You can't see them, can't really feel them, but they stick to you and deploy. They're what the scanner sees through, so we can send your information to Gen.
Michael, would you please stop? I went through the training, you know. I learned all of this months ago. I know what's going to happen.
No. Don't talk. Just take deep breaths. You need to pull the nano into your lungs so it passes through your bloodstream into the brain. That's it. Silouan, I think she's about done.
Now, you must arrange yourself on the scanning table and enable Michael to fix you in place.
Watch your step here on the gantry ladder. Okay, Silouan, open the marble. So anyway, the patter is a trick. I learned it from my dentist. If you keep telling the patient what you're doing, she gets too annoyed at you to worry about what's happening to her.
I'm not your patient.
That's the scanning table. Step over the edge of the marble, then lie down on it. Don't touch any other surface. That's it. Sure you don't want to tell me the rest of the secret? Suit yourself. This is going to happen just like you practiced it. I'm respraying the bottoms of your feet with nano. It might tickle. You should begin your breathing exercises now. And remember, no skipping rope or whistling while you're in the scanner.
Just do it and leave me alone.
Deep breath now. I'm touching the sparker to your toe. That crackling you hear is just the nano weaving into a net. In a second, it'll stiffen, locking you in place. Okay? And that's it, Kamala. You should be in the marble for a couple of minutes at most. I'm headed down to the control room. Silouan, close the marble. Have a safe trip. Yip at the ferrets for me.
The subject has been in the QNSA for 2 minutes.
Ew. It stinks in here, Dino Man. What are you using for deodorant? Vinegar?
Your scent gives me no joy either. I believe that if you had a real nose, weepy human, you would long ago have cut it off rather than smell yourself.
What's wrong with my nose?
Aside from being practically useless, it is noisy, hairy, and puny.
You dinos just wish you had hair. Everything is set with the marble?
I am trusting, but it has been a curious morning.
52% complete. 88% complete. The quantum scanning of translation subject Kamala Shastri, task 138784, is now complete. Compressing sagittal, axial, and coronal data.
I was sure this one was going to be trouble. Something behind the eyes.
Initiating electromagnetic vacuum fluctuations.
What is it, Silouan?
Generating superluminal...
In English, damn it, talk to me.
Oh, this is not a happy result, Michael.
The subject has been in the QNSA for 3 minutes.
Stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop it.
Is something wrong, Michael?
I don't want to watch anymore. It gives me the creeps.
But, Michael, this is the recommended stress reduction technique for humans.
Well, it isn't working for me.
Your feelings are not appropriate. This review of the record demonstrates that you did everything expected of you.
Tell that to her.
You can if you'd like. You'll see Kamala Shastri this afternoon.
Not the copy we sent again. The original.
There is no difference between them. Michael, this is baby thinking.
Right.
Kamala Shastri agreed to uphold the harmony. The destruction of the original is the price of traveling to the stars. The equation must be balanced.
Then who says what harmony is? The dinos?
Not just the Hanan, no. Logic dictates the nature of the harmony.
Let's say some lunatic makes 10 billion copies of himself. So what? What does it hurt if there's an entire planet inhabited by duplicates of Lena? Or Michael Burr?
All sentient members of the harmony have pledged to maintain reality in its most pristine form. So this
How many times did you say I'd press the button? 300 and something?
14.
314. And never once complained.
Your performance in that regard has been excellent.
You want me to think like the dinos? All right, I'm trying. But it's one thing to press a button and zap someone you can't see. What happened to Kamala Shastri is a different thing altogether.
But it isn't, Michael. That's the point. Your thinking on this matter is very disturbing, Michael. Very human. When other sentient species use the translator, the originals destroy themselves to preserve the harmony. Gladly, proudly. Human originals can't be trusted to do this, which is why we ask you to act for them. We believe that you are more mature in your thought.
She knew what was going to happen. She knew.
They all know. The humans who choose to be translated to another planet are unusual. They have begun to accept the harmony. Not many of your kind are capable of such a commitment. Are you, Michael?
Okay. Let's just get it over with.
The subject has been in the QNSA for 3 minutes.
That's too damn long.
Error in modules E3, E4, and G2.
Discrepancies are unfolding.
Attention. Tracking anomalies in the superluminal signal generated by tasks 138784. Data corruption is possible.
Is the problem here or there? If our scan was good, we can just retransmit, right?
Don't speak, Michael. You are ruffling me. It may be fortunate to recalibrate the scanner and begin over.
Damn it, I thought you had it fixed.
I did. What has happened cannot happen.
You're sure we have to start over, Silliman? Because this one was right on the edge when I tucked her in.
I control the translator only. The humans are your matter. The need is most clear. It will prolong about 30 minutes.
The subject has been in the QNSA for 4 minutes.
Let me hear what's going on in the marble.
Get away from me! Michael, help!
Turn it down. We've got to get her out of there.
This is baby thinking, Michael.
So we're babies, damn it! No original has ever been in the marble for more than 4 minutes. Listen to her. She knows something's wrong.
We do not have to listen to her.
That's your solution? Kill the sound?
Michael, it would be inharmonious to remove her from the QNSA.
So we leave her there for half an hour? No. Don't open the marble until I get the gantry ladder in place. Kamala, it's me, Michael.
Stop! Don't! I can't move! Oh my God, someone help!
It's okay. Nothing's going to happen, all right? We're bringing you out, that's all. Everything's all right. I'm going to use the sparker to disengage the nano. Careful now. Whatever you do, don't touch anything when you climb out. Here, take my hand. Hey!
No, don't kill me, don't! Please, I changed my mind.
Kamala!
No! Don't!
Let go!
Don't leave me.
Get a hold of yourself. Kamala, it's me, Michael. I know you're scared, but...
Bastard, what are you trying to do to me?
The scan got corrupted somehow. Silhouette is working on it.
Difficulty is obscure.
But that's not your problem.
They lied. They said I wouldn't feel anything in the marble in here. Do you know what it's like? It's...
Look, here. Here are your clothes. Why don't you get dressed? We'll get you out of here.
Bastard.
Come on. We can wait in the kitchen. Down the hall. Have a seat. I've got to wash up.
You're bleeding.
Just a few scratches.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So what now?
I don't know. What now, Silhouette? Silhouette? I guess we wait.
For what?
For Silhouette to fix...
I'm not going back in there.
You're upset.
Damn right I'm upset.
You want something? Another cup of tea, maybe?
How about a gin and tonic? Hold the tonic. or a couple of 100 milliliters of Serentol?
You know the dinos won't let us open the bar for subjects. The scanner might misread your brain chemistry. Your visit again would be nothing but a 3-year drunk.
Don't you understand? I am not going.
Okay. It's your life.
I thought I could do it. I wasted the last 2 years convincing myself that I could just lie there in the marble and not think, and then suddenly I'd be far away. I was going someplace wonderful and strange. I was going to help people see.
You did it, Kamala. You did everything we asked.
I could not think. That was the problem. And then there she was, trying to touch me. In the dark. I hadn't thought of her since... It's your fault for reminding me.
Your secret friend, the old lady?
Friend? No, I wouldn't say she was a friend. I was always a little bit scared of her, because I was never quite sure what she wanted from me. One day I went up to 10W after school. She was in her chair, staring down at Bloor Street. Her back was to me. Hi, Ms. Ace? I wrote a genie today in school. It searches the AllNet for my name. There are 107 other Kamala Shastris in the world. Ms. Ace? Is something wrong? Her skin was the color of ashes. I took her hand. It was like picking up something plastic. She was stiff, hard. Not a person anymore. She'd become a thing, like a feather or a bone. I ran. I had to get out of there. I went up to our apartment and I hid from her.
Kamala, you don't have to do this.
No, I want to. You see, I think I understand now what she wanted. I think she knew she was dying. She probably wanted me there with her at the end. Or at least to find her body afterward and report it. Only I couldn't. If I told anyone she was dead, my parents would find out about us. Maybe people would suspect me of doing something to her. I don't know. I could have called security, but I was only 10. I was afraid somehow they might trace me. A couple of weeks went by and still nobody had found her. But then it was too late to say anything. Everyone would have blamed me for keeping quiet for so long. At night, I imagined her turning black and rotting into her chair like a banana. It made me sick. I couldn't sleep or eat. They had to put me in a hospital because I had touched her. Touched death.
Michael, an impossibility has formed.
As soon as I was out of that building, I started to get better. Then they found her. After I came home, I worked hard to forget Ms. A's. And I did. Almost. But just now, she was with me again. Inside the marble. I couldn't see her, but somehow I knew she was reaching for me.
Michael, I am here with Lena.
Don't you see? How can I go to Ghent? I'm hallucinating.
Michael, this is Lena. It has broken the harmony. Join us alone.
You know, I've never told anyone about her before.
Well, maybe some good has come of this, after all. Excuse me for a minute?
Where are you going?
I've got an errand to run.
An errand? No, wait.
I'm coming, Silhouette. What impossibility?
She is pleased to reopen the scanner.
Not pleased at all. More like scared witless.
The confusion was made elsewhere. No mishap can be connected to our station.
Tell me.
Our communications with Ghent were marred by a transient falsehood. Kamala Shastri has been received there and reassembled.
She made it? What about the one we got here?
The simplicity is to load the redundant original into the scanner and finalize the process.
I've got news for you. She's not going anywhere near that marble.
The equation is not in balance.
What do you expect me to do? Wring her neck?
Would that not be messy?
No. I won't do it. I won't even think about it. Hey, what are you saying? English. Speak English.
This is just as I have been telling. These beings have no realization of harmony. It is wrongful to further unleash them on the many worlds.
You may have reason, but that is a later discussion. The need is for the equation to be balanced. There is no time. We will have to discard the redundant ourselves.
I will argue that we adjourn human contemplation until this world has been rethought.
You can't do that.
I thought you moved out of this conversation, Michael.
You're trying to blackmail me into... I don't believe this.
Oh, there is no blackmail. Only the harmony. The equation will be balanced. That is a certainty. The one uncertainty is who will act.
What am I supposed to do?
It is clear.
Wait. Just give me a few minutes. Maybe I can coax her back into the marble.
What is it?
We're all set. You'll be in the marble for less than a minute, guaranteed.
No, Michael.
Kamala, you're throwing away a huge part of your life.
It is my right.
But the dinos won't... Okay, then. Let's go.
Go where?
Back to Lunix. I'm holding the shuttle for you. It just dropped off my afternoon list. I should be helping them settle in instead of having to deal with you. Come on. The dinos want you off Tulin as soon as possible, and so do I.
All right.
And if we meet anyone in the hall, keep your mouth shut.
You're being so mean.
You're being such a baby.
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
I have nothing to say to you. Airlock status?
Inner hatch closed. Outer hatch closed. Airlock pressure is currently equalized. The airlock is empty.
Open the inner hatch.
Hey, where's the... Oh! Hey!
Close the inner hatch.
Michael! Michael, what is this? What are you doing?
Open the outer hatch.
The airlock is currently occupied.
I said open it.
Your request will cause the death of the occupant.
Open the goddamn hatch!
Seeking authorization from the Hanen for a safety override. Lena has authorized the override. Opening the outer hatch.
What have I done? Airlock status.
Inner hatch closed. Outer hatch open. The air pressure in the lock is 10 to the minus 13 atmospheres. The airlock is currently occupied.
What? She must be holding on to something. But there's no air. What are you breathing out there? Space? Die! You're supposed to die! Weepy bitch can't even do that right! I did everything I could for you. Risked my career. And this is how you repay me? All right. Enough! You asked for it. Besides, you're not here anymore. You're on Gend. This isn't happening to you. It's happening to a thing. Just like the old lady in Toronto. You're not a person anymore. You're a thing. Like a feather. Or a bone. Airlock status.
Inner hatch closed. Outer hatch open. The air pressure in the lock is 10 to the minus 13 atmospheres. The airlock is empty.
I guess that makes me some kind of hero. Michael Burr, protector of the galactic harmony. Attaboy, Mike. You sure can think like a dinosaur. God, she's got me talking to myself. Close the outer hatch.
Confirming signal acquisition. Point of origin is the planet Gen of the star Epsilon Eridani. Data decompression commencing. 10%. 26%. 48%.
She's a big file. Must have been busy out there on Gend.
79%. Decompression completed. The downloaded data has been verified. The translation subject is Kamala Shastri, task 238384.
It would be convenient to reassemble her now, Michael.
What are you asking me for? It's your marble.
This one is not to you special. The return you've been watching for.
That was 3 years ago, Dino Man. I'm a grown-up now.
Then I will notify Gend that we have welcomed Kamala Shastri's signal into our computer memory. I am progressing her data to the assembler.
Let me out!
Sounds like she's okay. Open the marble, Silhouette.
Open up, damn it!
It's all right.
What is this? Where am I?
You're fine, Kamala. You're back.
Back?
This is the Tulin space station. Earth orbit, Kamala. You're almost home.
But I was...
Yes, you were on Gend. Now you're here. Relax. You're doing fine. Better than most. I've had people who can't remember who they are for days. If you can sit up, we'll get you out of there. What? Are you all right?
I'm naked. Where are my clothes?
Clothes don't translate, remember? I've got a robe right here, okay? I'm taking you down for a med scan. We just need to be sure you've come back with all the same parts you left with. After they check you out, you can call home. Tell them you're back. We've got you scheduled for the afternoon shuttle.
I made it. I'm alive.
Yes, you are. Kind of hard to have a conversation otherwise.
I remember you. You were here before. You sent me to Gend.
I've sent a lot of people to a lot of different places.
Your name is Matthew?
Michael. Michael Burr. But thanks for remembering.
So it wasn't as bad as you thought? Seeing Kamala again?
I don't know. Maybe it was, and I just haven't realized it yet.
She recognized you.
Funny. I almost didn't recognize her. She's changed. There's a strangeness in her eyes.
What did you expect? It's been 3 years. She spent them on another planet.
Yeah. The return of the conquering heroine. She did what she set out to do. She believes in herself now. I could feel it. Not like the one I destroyed.
They are the same person.
I wonder.
Shuttlecom reports that it has completed docking maneuvers. It's deploying the boarding umbilical. Time for her to go, Michael.
One last stroll through the airlock, eh? I'll go get her.
I want to thank you again, Michael. You were such a help, and I was not myself. I was really scared.
You were?
Was it that bad? I feel so silly now. I mean, I was in the marble for less than a minute, and then there I was again, just like you said. It was the easiest thing I ever did.
I'm glad. Sometimes people suffer.
There was something I was going to tell you when I got back.
What was that?
I don't know now. My mind has gone blank. Must be the after effects of the translation. Something we were talking about just before I got into the marble?
Never mind. It was a long time ago. Time to put all that behind us.
Put all what behind us?
Here we are. Airlock status.
Inner hatch closed. Outer hatch closed. Shuttle umbilical is deployed. Airlock pressure is currently equalized. The airlock is empty.
Open the inner hatch.
Anyway, I am glad we got this chance to talk. I really was going to look you up when I got back. I certainly didn't expect to see you here.
I decided to stay on. I was waiting for something to come clear.
Did it?
I don't know. Listen, you climbed into the marble, got translated. You stayed 3 years on Gend. You lived in a burrow under the dancing moons, and then climbed into a marble again. Do you feel special?
Special? Yes, I guess I do.
Well, that's it, I think. Because I don't feel special. I'm just like everyone else. Anybody could do my job.
You really think so?
I think that's why I stayed. I was waiting to find out if I was different, and now I know. Besides, it's a job that grows on you. Open the outer hatch. That's the umbilical to the shuttle. Once you're safely through, I'll close the hatches.
Michael, you're still doing it.
What?
The dentist trick. Trying to distract me.
Oh. Sorry.
Have you got people waiting to be translated?
2.
I envy them. Have you ever thought about going to the stars?
No. Not me and that marble.
Well, like I said, thanks. You really saved my life. Goodbye. You should think about it. It changes everything.